쌓여도 밤은 찾아온다. 결국
Okay, small little talking section here. One, I do think this can be done solo, but the fact that I'm doing it as a 3-man if I know I can do it solo should speak to the amount of luck you need. To get down to a 2-man of just Melendez and Roland, I would be able to do that considering how little Amelia actually helped. One of my runs actually without Amelia and just these two got incredibly close. But basically I staggered her on a turn with Pulau and couldn't finish her with Eliminate. So yeah. And well, beyond that, a one person is possible. I did get close once. And I've had over 1,000, maybe 1,500 attempts on this fight at this point. I think that should tell you just how long I spent trying to do this. The fact that it burned me out, no pun intended, should tell you. Because, a lot of attempts just end immediately. Oh, yeah, wait, I should probably be showing the decks during this time, too. Like, a lot of attempts just ended immediately because you couldn't get Curiosity and Lies. The solo I based it off of by... Let me look up his name. Let me actually look his name up. Lei. He used a very similar setup on Purple Tear's page, except I used double haulers over Distorted Yan's passive that gives dice power. The reason is, it's harder to keep that going now because you can't, because of some shifts in how the emotion pages are played out. So yeah, I had to use Melendez to basically guarantee negative coins with stuff like Diversion and Smoke Blow, while still actually putting enough smoke on Mirrors that I could kill him easier. Amelia is very interesting because they are just meant to die immediately. They're meant to live one turn, then die on Xiao. Phase 2. Their goal is just to put finishing touch up, last to the end of the turn, and then die. I have the strongest on them so that they could actually, redirect the page. Like a scary page first turn if needed. Might as well, But even that wouldn't be needed if you had, like, top tier luck. Like, you should go buy lottery tickets kind of luck. Because you're gonna win a few 100 million kind of luck. But yeah. Like, as a quick overview of the decks, Slash is just meant to execute people at the end of fights, as you saw with Xiao right at the end. Pierce is meant to heal you, because you can't... Because even with double haulers, you take an insane amount of damage, and it does give you a nice buffer. This deck is solely meant for Xiao's Act 2. I run Double Observe to always get it on a turn with Pulau. That's when you want to play it, so that way you get the strength boost. Will of the Cities here has Draw Power and Light Restore. And then you just run Dual, Repressed Flesh, and Sharp Nails. And here you just run a simple block deck. Nothing fancy here. In a solo build, you would probably replace one sturdy defense with either a diversion or a frontal assault, depending on how you feel. Because you need to get negative coins, and those two are the best way. I guess Energy Cycle as well could be very useful for it. Energy Cycle is probably actually better thinking about it, so use that. Like, use Energy Cycle instead of a sturdy defense. You still have the luck of having to draw it first turn. So, yeah. It's still hell. And you still have to survive early on. But yeah, it is possible because I did manage to get Xiao to her death throes before switching to a 2-man. That run was just ended because basically, Lies decided to screw me over and kept everything at 3 during a turn, which kind of kills it. And then the other attempt with the 2-man where, it was these two, this one dies first phase, was dead because of Pulau activation when they need to kill her. So yeah, Let's see, I'm just thinking of other things that are handy to know. Oh yeah, when you switch to piercing stance, always target the fervent emotions with one laceration. It will usually handle it and gives Xiao some feeble. Speaking of which, actually, one other way I think you might be able to cheese Xiao's phase 2 is paralysis. Basically, while yes, paralysis isn't the best status, the fact that it lowers the max by 3 without affecting dice rolls means it skips by Pulau. So yeah, obviously, good. As for what makes it much more luck-based, you see, in the olden times, you only had Scars and Pale Hands as your Tier 1s. Tier 1 positives, so you'd always see one of these two, basically. You'd almost always see one of them show up. Even if you got all positives. Now you can't do that. Now you need to get negatives. As well, there's only 2 positives in Tier 2, which are Sword of Frost and Learning. The reason we can't... Now, normally I'd say we'll just take a negative then, but the negatives will actually kill you, because 3 to 5 more stagger damage is too much to overcome, and I don't think I need to explain why Fervent Beats is not doable in this. And then Tier 3, you need to take a Kiss, meaning you have 3 positives, 2 negatives, meaning you don't get the boost from, what's it called? From this ability. But yeah, that's really it. This is going to be a cathartic one to eventually task. That's all I have to say. Peace.